hang on for doing a little haves and wants or networking, welcome to stay on here. Just a couple announcements first. I guess our main program for November, on November 16th, we got John's got Linda DeMarlo, a tax consultant from up in the Washington, D.C. area, Maryland, I think it is going to be on with us, telling us some. She's a nationwide. I saw some of her interviews on. Was looking on YouTube and found a couple interviews. Yeah, she's got some good, well known, a lot of radio programs and podcasts that she's talked to. So I think we were privileged to get her to come onto our group and tell us what's going on with the tax laws. There's a lot of tax laws things going on, and that they're trying to Congress is trying to get through some changes. Hopefully, she'll give us the latest and give us some ideas of what we can do to circumvent them, or what do some tax planning for next year. If nothing, if it's too late for this year, help us out for next year. I'm doing a little rearranging of finances here by the end of the year to get ready for my tax season. But maybe I'll get some more ideas from her. And then also we got you should be getting an email out from Diana here shortly on, let's see, what is it, next Wednesday, the 10th, Equity Trust is having another webinar, strictly online, about if you haven't heard their webinar for self-directed IRAs and what you can do with real estate. It's a great, John Bowen does a great presentation, and they're going to be doing that, offering it to us again on the 10th. And I think that's a live thing, isn't it, John? But and they'll answer questions, take questions online on the Zoom session.
Yes, it is live.
Okay, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. So it'd be well worth your time if you haven't heard John Bowen's, or if you have heard. He puts out a lot of information in a couple hours, and I don't know, not sure how long this is, but yeah, it's on the 10th, on the evening of the 10th. So well worth. Might be something you want to do before the end of the year. Another part of your tax planning to open those IRAs and start getting those funded by the end of the year here. So as far as haves and wants, anybody got anything for sale or looking to buy something? Have a service to offer to real estate investors, or looking for somebody that could be of service. You're looking for a contractor or service provider that you're not having luck with. Maybe somebody here can get somebody that they can refer you to. I first want to give a shout out to Ann Bearden. She was responded to my request for a lot for my RV lots. She sent me some listings that I guess it was her realtor found. Yeah, and unfortunately, if it's on the MLS for any time, it's a building lot. The good one, excuse me. Excuse me. The good ones go pretty fast, and the ones in the floodplains are the ones that are left. We talked about that last week. If it's just a little bit in a floodplain, isn't a problem. But I looked at several reasons, and several I had already seen on the MLS, and they're right on the back. One of them was right on the bank of the Quiver River. We know how often that floods. And the other one had a creek running through it, or the other ones had creeks running through the back end of the lot, and they were almost the entire lot was in floodplains. So that.
So, Lord, most of those were, all of those were in floodplain, or?
All the ones that I looked at, the one that was in Forest Hill is a little further out than I'd like to go, so I didn't even check that one.
Okay.
But all the other ones were, there was a floodplain or a creek running through it. The one, and it was in a commercial park. That's why I'd like to find one that's already zoned commercial, so I don't have to do any commercial rezoning, or one that's already has a house on it. I can make a small rental house, have room to build my garage on the back. But,
okay, yeah. So I'll make sure next
Yeah.
time is,
Mhm.
not in the floodplain. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if your realtors can search on that without, I had to go look at, like I said, two of them I'd already looked at before. Seen on the MLS, and the one in Maryland Heights I hadn't, and I didn't realize there was a little creek in back of it until I guess I went on to Google Maps and I saw it. All the woods in the back, there's a creek in there.
Oh, really? I didn't know about the creek
No,
there.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it. You couldn't see it either. They didn't say anything about it. In fact, I'm thinking that one, it didn't even mention the house. There is a house on the lot. It didn't even mention, it's probably been flooded so many times and nobody's lived there for so long. They figured it was a tear down. And that's why they just had it advertised as a lot.
Yeah.
There
Right.
was a small like 700 or 800 square foot house on the lot that they didn't even mention. And they'll say they've already torn it down. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and then almost that entire lot. There was one little corner up near the street that was not in the floodplain. The rest of it was all. I went to county records and looked at that one and found the line for the floodplain. So, no, I appreciate you taking the initiative to look for me. I've got another one of our members out there that is trying to be the wholesaler for land, the land wholesaler around here. And he called me because he knew I was looking for an RV. He called me, I gave him all my specs, and that was about a month ago. So far, he gave me one report after 2 weeks and said, yeah, he's not finding anything yet. So hopefully he's still beating the bushes. So,
Yeah. It's really difficult to find something like that. It's just almost non-existence. Yeah.
yes, that's what I found. That's why I've been looking for several years. And
Now I
haven't
know.
come up with anything yet. So anybody else got anything? Anybody? Yeah, Tim, go ahead.
Real quick. I put a question on chat, but I remember some time ago there was mention of a class on wholesaling, and I didn't know if there's going to be one in the future or not. I'm not interested in becoming a wholesaler, but I'd like to know more about it because I've been doing all my buying and selling through the normal real estate agents, and if this I'll be buying more in the future, and so I'm interested in any other avenues of finding and purchasing real estate, and so I want to learn more about that.
Okay, John, do you know of anybody that's offering wholesaling classes?
Chris Greenline does sometimes.
There's a bunch of them out there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just basically you want to find, if you're doing it that way, Tim, you probably just want to find off-market properties like they were kind of talking about. If you're not going to be a wholesaler, that's what it sounds like anyway. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lloyd, Chris Creeline's got a lot of people he trains. I mean, that might be a good contact to get on his website.
What was that name?
It's Chris, what's his last, Creeline or Cream?
Yeah, Clewine, I'm not sure the spelling.
Yeah, he's got a website that I think's got some wholesale properties, but he's got a lot of students that he works with, wholesale students.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've looked at some, at least one of his students had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Also, I've put together at our last in-person meeting. I was talking with some people just getting started, looking for their first property, and I offered to send my list of wholesalers that send me things, and I put a little list together, which I hadn't done for a while. So I kind of I can forward that to you. You want to put your email address in the chat? I can forward you that. I got it on a Word document. I saved everybody the link to their website. So I have a number of wholesalers that I'm on their buyers list, and just telling you can contact them, and usually got a place to get on their buyers list right on their website. Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. It's bicinvestments.com. Okay. Anybody else got Got anything? Everybody staying busy,
Can you hear me?
keeping their places rented? Oh, there, okay, Bruce, Bruce put in Chris's phone number. Thank you, Bruce. That's Chris Clevein, Kleewein. 636-634-0273.
I think
Oh.
David Randolph has got classes on not only the wholesaling, but the first going and finding them and buying short sales.
Yeah, he probably does. I know he was at our last in-person meeting and had a lot of young investors at his table. I suspected they were some of his students that he had invited to come to the meeting because they were first-time visitors at our group. So, yeah, that was, yeah, and he's got some good information. He's got some good information.
Hey, I've got something that I'd like to share.
Sure, go ahead, Gabe.
Hey, I am a wholesaler in the St. Louis area, and I'm growing my buyers list. And if there's anybody that is looking to get on another buyers list, I can market to just about anything you want to find. And if you'd like to get on the buyers list, maybe throw your email address into the chat box, and I'll take it down and I can contact you later today, and we can have a little conversation.
Okay, there you go, Tim. I don't think I'm on your buyers list yet, so I'll get on.
Yeah, I won't be buying anything anytime soon, but I'm just looking, like I said, I'm looking for different avenues for the future.
Yeah, well, as long as you're on the buyers list, they'll keep you on there until you ask to be taken off. This has been my experience. So,
All right.
So it doesn't hurt to get on as many buyers lists as you want. So. Anybody else? Got anything, or just in general? I'll put my email here, Gabe, so you can, if you find any vacant lots, I'm up for that, or any potential rental houses in St. Charles County. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Oh, what are you up to, Wayne?
No good.
No good as usual.
I'm actually looking at something. So I just sent Gabriel my phone number.
Okay.
I know several people that are getting started in I have one guy that just got his first house and he's already got his first payment. So he's smiling and everybody's doing good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And out of curiosity, what is Tim looking to do? Is he a buy and hold, or is he wanting to flip, or that would make a difference?
Well, right now, I'm not looking to do anything, and I won't be in the market to buy anything for probably sometime next year. But when I do, it's I prefer 5+ units. But residential, I'm not interested in commercial, and I'd like to stay just in the South City area. So those are pretty broad guidelines, but like I said, I'm not interested in doing anything right at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I see a number of people put their email addresses in there. So, Gabriel, hopefully you can add a few more folks to your buyers list. here today. And I take it you don't have anything under contract you're looking to assign right now, or otherwise you'd be speaking up. So,
Yeah, Lloyd, hearing you talk, you're still looking for land to do storage stuff?
yeah, yes, I am. You run across anything? Are you got a contractor that puts up steel buildings?
I got a number.
Yeah, I know, you told me that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the good building lots are hard to come by. No.
well, yes, but like you and me, we don't want to buy one that's on the other side of Missouri. So if you
Oh,
go
no,
down
yeah, sure, there's
a
all
long
kinds
ways
of,
away, that's the real problem.
sure, lots of vacant land Missouri's got a lot of it. But
Yeah.
close in, I don't want to have to drive an hour to go pick up my RV or just go out and service it,
Yeah,
which I need to do. I need to winterize it. I was hoping to get a trip in this fall yet, but doesn't look like I'm gonna do it. Get it in. My son just bought a house, so he's gonna be needing some assistance. And so, okay.
what's he need assistance for, or did I miss that?
No, I'm just gonna be over there. I've got locks. I set up 4 lock sets, so I'll key to like. He was complaining, I got 3 keys for every door, and to open all the doors in the house. And so I just went through all my locks. I do my own locksmithing. I set up 4 sets of deadbolts and knobs to put on his garage and his and the front and back doors, and the front and back door in the garage.
Do you do master keying, Lloyd?
I don't. I've thought about it, but I don't have that many places myself. I just rotate around. I change locks between every tenant.
Yep.
And I got several sets that I do gotta kind of rotate around from one property to another. But I'm always left over. So when I get in a hurry, I don't have time to rekey. I just go to Lowe's and buy a new set and put them in. So I got all this collection of miscellaneous, and some of them I've misplaced a key for too. So I rummaged through that box, and a good opportunity to clean them all out. So spent a couple hours this week and rekeyed a bunch of deadbolts and lock sets, and I got them.
So when you change those out, how much time do you typically have to muck around with them to get them to hit the hole right on the next new lock set? That always irritated me a lot.
Oh, to fit in the lock. Well, I'll let you know on this to see, because I typically just use all quickset, and the spacing, the normal setback. They do 2 different setbacks there on their all the quickset stuff. But yeah, I might have to open up I already warned my son. I might have to open up a hole or 2 for some of the, especially the deadbolts. Not all the deadbolts use the same bigger size.
Yeah, but it seems like with houses settling, they either get too tall or too short, or they come in or go out. I used to spend a lot of time doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you gotta get them aligned with the door frame being out of line with the door. Yeah, you gotta open up a new hole or do something there. Yep, that's all part of it.
Just curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of mine. I don't have too many older houses, so I don't have too much into that. But yeah, my son's house was built in the 50s, so I'm anticipating I might have. I'm going to take all my tools and drills and grinders and whatever I need to do to get them to work.
Hey, Lloyd.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah. We use the Quickset Smart Key on all our properties, and it works great because you key them all the locks the same to one key. And when the tenants move out, you just take another key and you reset all your locks, and you have no problems. We've been using them for years, and
Okay.
a little bit more expensive, but boy, I tell you what, and you usually don't have to deal with a locksmith.
Oh,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah. Well, yeah, in fact, I have put those on in a couple of the last two that I need to go out and buy some locks for. And so you can have those set up on for two different keys, your master and a tenant key?
It's just, we use one key for everything. I don't know, I guess you call it master, yeah. I mean, when you go and buy them, you want to, like, if you get a deadbolt and a regular, one in a combination,
Yeah. Lock
they'll
set.
have a number on the back of the quick set package. And then, try to find another one that's got the same.
Yeah, I've been through that when I do my two sets.
Yeah, and then you put them in and you got 2 extra keys or 3 extra keys. But the beauty of it is when you give it to your keys to your tenants, you can turn around and then, when they move out, have them rekey them all to the new key. I mean, each house has its own key. Every house is different,
Right, okay.
And then,
But you still have one master.
Yeah, so to speak, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a smart key, but quick set, and you can get them at Lowe's or Home Depot. And, we found that to just be terrific. That's the way to do it,
Okay, I didn't realize that. I just bought them and set them up. I know you can change them from one key to another. And I thought it was just a quick, easy way of changing keys. I didn't realize you could still keep one master for all.
Well, I say one for that house, not for all your houses.
Okay.
I think that's what you were asking me, if there's one master for all. No, it's
No,
just for that house.
Okay.
But it's not that big of a deal,
No, like I said, when I needed to buy some new ones, I bought the smart key. And so the next time I won't have to pull a lock set out. I can just go over, take the little tool, put it in, and take one of my keys. I got a whole box full of old keys.
Yeah.
I look for one that I keep a whole set of that I'm not using anymore. And then when I got 4 or 5 keys of one set up the same or to the same grind. Then,
like if you got the deadbolt and a regular lock on the front door and the back door, just try to get the same numbers when you buy the 2 packages.
Oh yeah, that way you don't.
And then that way you got extra keys already.
Sure.
So if you give the tenant, let's say 2 keys, you can keep 2 or whatever. When you get 4 of them, 2 from each package.
Yeah, I always keep one of the originals for myself to make copies.
Yeah.
So I don't save a copy if I do need to make some copies. But yeah, if I'm buying for both front and back, I go through the whole box that's on the shelf and find 2 of them that have the same number if possible.
Yeah,
And that's not always possible. But
yeah, that's the way to go, I think, on keys. And then it's just a really painless thing to reset them. They give you a little doohickey thing you stick in there, in the cylinder.
Yeah, it's got an extra little slot and a special little tool you stick in there when you stick. I forget it's got a little process it tells you about. Put the key in and that you want to use, and then you put that tool in and.
Yeah, you could change them real quick, and then when the tenant moves out, you give the new tenant your new key, and they're so especially if your tenant takes the old. Well, you don't know how many keys you
don't know how many copies they might have, or gave it to neighbors or who else.
Who knows?
Neighbors,
yeah.
When they leave, so no, that's why I always tell my tenant there, just change that. That's one of the last things I do before they move in. Because if I got contractors coming in to do painting or put down carpet or something, I'll leave the old lock set in until they're all finished. But when they're done, right, when I'm while I'm showing it, I'll change the locks.
Yeah, I was just curious how rents are going. Are people raising their rents
Going up.
to coincide with inflation? You bought a 2x4 a year ago, it was $2 or something, and then about 4 months ago it was $8. Now hopefully they dropped down, but I was just rehabbing a house and it was ridiculous. A 2x4 was up to $8. It may have dropped by now, but I was just curious if everybody's starting to raise their rents to reflect the price of eggs and milk when you go in the store.
Oh yeah,
Things going up.
yeah. And the price of real estate too.
I've seen them going up a whole lot.
Mhm.
I have a neighbor up in Glasgow Village. she's got a 3-1 and she said she was gonna get 1,200 out of it, but then she rented it to her cousin and knocked it down to 1,150. And she said, that's reasonable for that area. And I'm looking at that area going, I don't know how you do that. I have one better than hers, a couple of houses down or next door, I guess. And I'm only asking 995. But she said,
You know, go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I think a lot has to do, or a certain percentage of your rent price has to reflect what time of year you're doing it too. If you got a house that you're gonna have kids in and you rent it in, you know, May, June, and July, for instance, April, May, June, July, you got a bigger pool of people trying to rent that house because of their kids if they want to get in that school district. Versus if you try to rent it in November, you know, all the people, for the most part, their kids are settled in whatever school district they're at and they don't want to move. So I think that's worth a couple $100, depending on what area. I know I rented one in Afton recently. I rehabbed it. And we're getting $1,695. It's now basically a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. But you know, a year ago we would have probably said $1,400, but we got $1,695, no problem. And
Yep.
I think what you're going to start seeing is, with more people working from home, the desire for a 4-bedroom is going to increase because one of those rooms is going to be used for an office space. And if they got 2 kids, you know, depending on their age, you could fill up the other 3 bedrooms. So I think the 4-bedroom approach is not a bad way to go. In my case, what I did was I had a garage that I renovated into my 4th bedroom. I made it a master bedroom. Yeah, I lost a garage, but I gained an office or a master bedroom, depending on how you wanted to look at it. And again, you know, with people working from home now, I think a 3 to a 4-bedroom desirability is really going to increase. That's my personal opinion. But
I think you're right on that, Jim.
Mhm.
You know, when you're talking about those locks, which you and Lloyd were talking about, I use landlord locks. I stumbled on them a long time ago when Mr. Landlord was talking in the group back when we were all young.
I think I kind of remember, you know, when I was young too, like you, I
Yeah.
kind of remember that.
Yeah, that's been a couple of years, but
Oh, yeah.
that system he has served me well. I got one
Has
key to
it?
get into everything. I can change the cylinder just like he said in less than 15 seconds and walk away, and then I get to reuse the cylinders. Doesn't cost me any more money. I consider it another form of income to my rental.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing I like about the quick set is you don't have to change the cylinders out. You just stick this little doohickey in the slot and you adjust it and you're done. Now, maybe the robustness of it is not as good as what you got, but that's what I like about it. You don't have to pull a cylinder out or nothing. You know, you just stick a little gadget in there and it readjusts those keys, I guess, inside it. I don't know much about locks, but that's what I like about the quick set. But it's probably not as goof proof or whatever as what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked at it from what I asked about, does it ever hit the hole right? And the answer to that was always no. And I bought a sander that I could go inside that hole and sand it out and do all of that stuff. But once this is out, I mean, it's so quick to change them out. I'm just really impressed with it. They're pricey to get started, but once you get them up and running, you know. And
I think we had that guy in, Dwayne, probably 10 years ago, if I had to guess, or maybe longer.
Yes, probably about 15 to 20.
Yeah, and I remember him coming in and talking about that.
Yep, that was a great tip, and it's helped save me a bunch of money and a lot of frustration for sure.
It was worth your yearly dues, right?
Yes, that's true.
More than paid for itself, I'm sure.
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm sure it more than paid for itself.
Yes.
So
Yeah, 'cause
what
it's-
is this, something you can buy online, or you have to order the locks from one company?
Yeah, they're all quick set locks, but you
No,
just
quick set lock.
just look up Mr. Landlord or landlordlocks.com, and you can just call him up and talk to him. And it's well, it used to be you get to talk to the owner, but now he's got a staff and they overnight stuff. So, you know, we found we could give him an order in the morning and tomorrow afternoon we'd have our locks. And it was
Wow.
just amazing. You know, you pay for all of that, but it's quick and it's good. And then with a big stock of extra cylinders, you know, you just have to track where you're putting which ones so they don't match. It's really pretty simple. And I had a compliment paid on that set system is that locksmith guy on Hampton that's really good. I forget his name right now, but he says, oh, that's a 5-pin rather than 4-pin. He says most of you landlords only do 4 pins because you're cheap. And I said, yeah, we are, but I didn't even know I was doing an expensive one. So
I didn't know they made 4 pins, but
I didn't either.
all my quick sets are 5 pins. I do have one that's on my personal house. It's a 6-pin.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a 5 and a 6.
It was a 5 versus 6-pin. Oh yeah, that's a secure lock if they got 6 pins in them. So it's good.
Yeah. And he says it's harder to pick and it's good. And he said it's a robust system. So, you know, I'm happy with it. And then certainly, and then I also have one that I put in like the front or side door that is just for contractors when I will get them. So that's only, if they won't run off with the key, it's not a big deal because it only is in there while we're rehabbing a place or fixing it up or flipping it, you know?
And
And then I use that same thing to when the girl wants the boyfriend not to ever come back, we'll come down there at any time of the day and change out the deadbolt cylinder and give her another key. So it takes 2 keys to get in, and the next day discuss what she wants and then just charge her for it.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
where the income source comes in.
Yes. Well,
you can
it's a
get the
dual
locksmith.
income source. If you look at it, it's an income source when I have to change out for tenants. I don't have to go buy the set at Lowe's or Home Depot anymore.
Mhm.
And then also I can charge them for changing all of the cylinders in their house, probably about the price I pay for cylinders. So every time you do that, it becomes really profitable. So
Okay, yeah, I just make, when I have somebody that loses a key or wants to lock out a boyfriend, I just have, well, go to a locksmith, just make sure you give me a key when you get them changed, so.
yep.
And
I
do you
don't-
do
normally-
that if they got to lock out a girlfriend or just for the boyfriend?
Yeah. I don't care which it is. You know, all we
Lock
have
the kids out, lock their adult children out to keep raiding the refrigerator, maybe, huh?
all we
Doesn't
gotta make
matter.
sure we're legal on what we're doing and like he's not on the lease and you're locking him out of there.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, yes,
You know,
okay, I
you
think
hear a
Bruce,
million stories about those getting rid of the partner. You know that, you guys know that.
I see Bruce put, is it Kraus lock on Hampton south of Chippewa? that you were
Yeah, I
talking
think
about?
that's him. Yeah,
Yeah, Bruce put his phone number there in the chat.
yeah. Knowledgeable and friendly too.
Mhm.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, I don't know if I used to go when I was in the city, I'm not sure if they're still there. I think it was on Arsenal and Gravois, Clement, Lock and Key. They're probably not there anymore, but it's been a few years ago.
Well, we're getting old, Lloyd. Don't tell anybody.
Don't need to remind me. Yeah. Anyway,
I saw it written the other day that if I woke up in the morning and didn't hurt, I think I was dead.
I got
Anyway, I'm
one
gonna
tenant.
go. You guys have a great week.
I got one tenant who said it's better to be looking down on the daisies than looking up on
Yep,
mhm.
them.
yep. Don't want to see roots when you look up.
Yeah.
Y'all have an
Okay.
awesome week.
You too. And I'm ready to sign off here. I lost my voice. Excuse me. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Good time. Here, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye.